I learned about this weekend, has taken to social media to promote their social experiment and is attempting to do just that. It is called the pear ring. And I know that this sounds an awful lot like an ad, like I'm segueing into telling you about this pear ring, but I genuinely just find this idea interesting, and it's been going all over my social media actually because they are getting everybody to do ads for them, but it's just interesting. So it is called the pear ring. Here's an article about it. Pear ring, the social experiment that wants to end dating apps. The pear ring experiment attempts to move people away from the apps and help them make real-life connections. By wearing the green-colored ring, an individual makes known their availability for dating in the real world, increasing their chances of being met at the gym, bar, train, restaurant, wedding, or almost anywhere where more humans are around. This is what they look like. They're little, like, silicone steel rings. It's actually my favorite color. I love steel. So it's kind of like a reverse wedding ring, although I do think it's kind of confusing that a lot of people are putting it on their wedding ring finger, considering that so many people wear silicone rings these days, so that just feels like it's a recipe for disaster. But in addition to just sending you this ring, there's some very cool packaging and PR that I'm seeing all over TikTok. The company also hosts meetups and events for the pear ring wearers to meet other singles, which I'm glad that they do, because if not, I think that I would be very suspicious and think that this is just like a company trying to dupe a bunch of lonely people into buying this ring that nobody else has. They're not actually trying to facilitate anybody meeting anybody, and maybe that is what's happening, but I want to be hopeful and I want to believe that they're actually doing this for the betterment of all of these people. But this does seem interesting, even though it is funny to me that we needed an app and a company to get away from dating apps, and they're claiming that this is some kind of, revolutionary social experiment that they're, dropping on society, when it is basically what people did 50 years ago. Like, you see somebody you like, ooh, let me look at the hand, see if there's a ring, and then if there's not a ring, you decide wherever you want to approach, you read the room, you use your social skills. But apparently we don't have that anymore, so we need this little silicone ring. But anyway, the response is all over the place. I first saw this on that account, Puberty. I think that's how you pronounce it. This was actually an ad that they did. But millions of singles are now wearing rings as a dating app alternative to meet people IRL. And then the caption was, social experiment will tear the world by storm. Also, one thing that they said in the caption is that the green is for heterosexual people, and then if you are part of the LGBTQIA plus BY whatever community, then you get a purple ring. A lot of people were concerned about that, so they had to clarify. Somebody said we had a similar strategy when I was growing up single. It was called look for people without a ring, and they were considered single. Exactly what I was saying 50 years ago. Another person said, wait a few years and people will find a way to bring quantum mechanics into dating. I feel like a common thread in 2023 is that we are going back to things that are very traditional, like approaching people in real life. It's like this article that I saw where this woman was arguing that monogamy is like a kink because it's dangerous and it's so rebellious to do something that is so traditional. It's like, how did we made a huge circle, guys. Somebody else said, and do they really only have one color for the entire LGBTQ community? Because that doesn't cover us. Oh, we know. Well, always. Talk about. Somebody else said, cool idea, but hard to see how this doesn't become a lemon market. The highly attractive do not need to single, they're already getting approached. And a lot of people were saying this, and especially saying, like, there will definitely be less women wearing the rings because they don't want to be approached anyway. They want less guys to approach them, which definitely might be a factor for some women, but this also might make other women feel more safe because it's a little less lawless. Like, they're, they can choose whether to put the ring on or not put the ring on if they want to get attention that night, if they want to actually meet somebody. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And it does crack me up that this is still a little bit artificial and people need to put on a ring in order to approach somebody in person. But I like that this is in real life, that it's not on an app. And I do think that's a positive thing. And it's funny as it seems, and it's ridiculous as it might seem to people that somebody needs a ring to feel comfortable approaching people. I do think it's positive because it's getting people offline, it's getting people off the app. Maybe this is like the training wheel to teach people how to approach people in person again. Getting men confident, getting women comfortable with it again, so they don't go running out and other people were also hopeful about it. Like one person said, everybody's complaining, but I think this is low-key smart. I'm sick dating apps because everyone is dry as so you really can't tell who they are, but being able to see in person who's around you will make my social skills way better. Again, it's like training